And hello, everyone. I'm your host, Daren Jaime, and today is Wednesday, June 27, 2018. Of course, you're watching Open, a live program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. We want to also welcome our viewers on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, as Open is now being broadcast live simultaneously on MNN's channel. So stay with us. You can find out more about us at Twitter at BronxNet TV and Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. Well, a lot has been going on in the world of news this past week, and we'll take you now to some Bronx updates. Funeral services are being held at this hour for Lisandro Guzman Feliz, a Bronx teen fatally stabbed in a brutal attack in Belmont. Hundreds of mourners are gathered at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church in Belmont, paying respects to the teenager. Guzman Feliz was viciously attacked and stabbed by a gang of men inside a Bronx bodega in a case of mistaken identity last Wednesday. The brutal attack, captured on video, sparked outrage and a national social campaign using the hashtag Justice for Junior. NBA and former New York Knicks star Carmelo Anthony and celebrity wife Lala, as well as New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio and Police Commissioner James O'Neill, were among thousands of mourners who visited the Guzman family during the past week. 8 suspects have been arrested in connection with the teen's murder. Yesterday, a judge ordered the extradition of 6 suspects from New Jersey. The 15-year-old had dreams of becoming a detective and participated in the NYPD Explorers program for youth that are interested in a career in law enforcement. Now, the NYPD authorities are saying they're still investigating and more arrests could be made, as well as additional charges given to each of the suspects. Well, it was a stunning upset heard around the country as Congressman Joseph Crowley was defeated by the Bronx's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in last night's New York Democratic primary. Ocasio-Cortez, a 28-year-old former campaign organizer for Bernie Sanders, defeated Crowley by a 14% margin across the 14th district, capturing more than 57% of the vote. Crowley, the number 4 Democrat in the House, was considered as a possible replacement for Nancy Pelosi if the Dems were to take the House in November. Last night's loss sent shockwaves across Washington, even drawing the attention of President Donald Trump, who took to Twitter weighing in on the race, releasing this statement, saying, quote, "Wow, big Trump hater Congressman Joe Crowley, who many expected to go, or I should say to take the Nancy Pelosi's place, just lost his primary election. In other words, he's out. That's a big, no one saw that happening. Perhaps he should have been nicer and more respectful to his president." End quote. Now, Crowley's defeat marks the first major primary loss by a Democratic incumbent in recent history. Stay with us here on Open, because a little later on in the show, our political analyst will break down what this means and how the race will affect both New Yorkers and the Democratic Party going forward. Well, in other news, the Supreme Court has upheld President Donald Trump's travel ban in a 5-4 vote. The ban, issued in September, restricts entry from several countries, including Iran, North Korea, Syria, Libya, Yemen, Somalia, and Venezuela. Now, the court ruled the president is within his power in exercising the ban, and his statements accusing Muslims of posing a threat against the United States could not be used against him as a means of blocking the travel restriction. Former Bronx judge and Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote a sharp dissent condemning the court's decision to uphold the travel ban, describing it as, quote, harrowing and motivated by the hostility and animus towards the Muslim faith, end quote. Meanwhile, President Trump is calling the decision a tremendous victory and promised to continue to use his office to defend the country against terrorism, crime, and extremism. A federal judge in California has ordered the U.S. government to stop separating children from their parents at the border to reunite families already separated. The decision, handed down late Tuesday night, calls for all separated families to be reunited with the children over the next 30 days, as well as children under the age of 5 years old to be returned to custody of their parents within 2 weeks. The president and his administration have been under fire recently for their handling and separating of families at the border. 17 states, including New York, as well as the District of Columbia, have filed federal lawsuits seeking to end the separation process. Well, the annual New York Salutes America Fireworks Extravaganza, which is also a celebration of the communities comprising the borough, will take place at the beach in Pelham Bay Park on Thursday, June 28th. The event, featuring a fireworks extravaganza by the world-renowned Fireworks by Garucci, is also a boardwalk festival featuring musical entertainment and a program at 7 p.m. at the beach stand, also followed by fireworks around 9:20 p.m. The Bronx Tourism Council produces the event, which is again hosted this year by Senator Jeff Klein and Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. Now, for more information, you can visit www.ilovethebronx.com. Well, this concludes our Bronx updates. Coming up after the break, our political team breaks down last night's historic upset. We'll be right back right after this.